Jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagy jó? Start of hmm, start of another day. And you know what a difference a day makes. I gotta tell you. Yesterday, yesterday I woke up and I basically allocated the entire day to the kitchen I'm standing in. And interestingly enough, if it's possible, if it's at all possible to spend the better part of a day in a kitchen, I did it yesterday. And, I got to tell you that to walk down this morning and pour myself a cup of coffee in a kitchen that is somewhat immaculate, um, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. But anyway, so not too much on my mind today. I like doing these morning thought videos. It's just that I'm not always in the mood to do the videos. But today I just happened to be in the mood. I was laying in bed. It's rather early. It's about 4. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 1:57 a.m.
No, it's not. It's not 1:50. It's 1:57 a.m. in Gardnerville. It's 1:57 a.m. in Gardnerville, Nevada right now. But it's just before 5. I guess it'd be 4:57 here a.m. in Florida. But I was driving home last night after making a rundown to Lowe's department store, and I found myself thinking a little bit about my situation here in Florida. And I had spent a little bit of time talking to Rosanna yesterday about, what my thought process is with my home here, and do I want to keep the home as a uh, as a rental? If I keep it as a rental, do I want it to be a seasonal rental with, the snowbirds, and make it available to myself the rest of the year, or do I want to sell the home? And if I sell the home, where would I go? And, all that kind of stuff. And, it's a never ending thought process with me. But, anyway, time will definitely tell, but, it's not a bad place. And as I was driving home last night from Lowe's, there was a full moon coming up in the sky, and the temperature was rather nice. Temperature was probably in the low 80s or something like that. And I found myself thinking that maybe what I need is just an attitude adjustment. Maybe I just need an attitude adjustment insofar as my thoughts on having a home here in Florida. But I don't know. Time will tell. I The other thing I was thinking about this morning as I was waking up was there's a saying that I love, and there's a lot of sayings that I love, as a matter of fact. But one of the sayings that I love was one by it would have been Franklin Delano Roosevelt, not Theodore Roosevelt, but Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. And over the course of my lifetime, I've often find myself thinking when I'm in a position where I need to make a decision, I often have found myself thinking, is it fear? Is it fear that's ultimately keeping me from, making one decision or another, or is it something else? And oftentimes, if it's fear, if it's fear that's influencing my thought making process, then I basically identify it for what it is, and I try to push fear aside and and uh, and move forward. Um, I guess the key is, and I used a little thumbnail on the video here, with a quote from Plato, and even though I just selected that about 2 minutes ago, I forgot what it said. Something about courage. Courage is knowing what not to fear, or something like that. But but anyway, as you go through life, you got to kind of find a balance between, knowing what not to fear, and being prepared, so to speak. And I say that because, when oftentimes when I look at, when I watch the news, when you watch the news or read the news, it's so easy. It's so easy to find yourself in a position of worry or concern, or fear. Case being would be, the other day the story comes out with, if there were a global pandemic. If there were a global pandemic, where would you want to be? What are the three places that you'd want to be? And Australia was at the top of the list. Australia, New Zealand, and Iceland. And you look at something like that and you start thinking, gee, what if there was a pandemic, going around the world, just decimating the world's population and all that kind of stuff. And the other scenario that recently was in the news was, what if there's a what if there's some type of a electrical grid failure, and all we lose all power. We lose all power for weeks or months, or what have you. And with something like that, those are very possible realities. The with the world the way it is today in the U.S. uh, our electrical grid, or what have you, is very susceptible to something like that happening. And you ask I ask myself, it's like, do I want to be in Southwest Florida if 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 the if something like that were to happen? But anyway, I'm just kind of babbling with my thoughts today. And it's just going through life, you just got to find a balance. You got to find a balance between being cautious and being prepared, and also not being extreme when it comes to dealing with various life situations and possibilities. But anyway, so now it's on with the day. And today I told Rosanna that that I'd take her to dinner anywhere she wants. Rosanna is a fine dining high heel type of woman, or so she says. But she's got a beautiful wardrobe of clothes, and as such, it's nice to have a night out, night out now and then. So I told her any restaurant she wants, any place she wants, we'll go to dinner. But on another quick note, remember Lee? Those of you that followed me around, the country. Remember Lee from Ventura, California, who rides around on his little scooter and what have you? There's a very good possibility that Lee and his wife are going to come and spend a long weekend with Rosanna and I. We were talking on the phone yesterday, and I was telling Lee, Lee, I said, you really should come down. You know, I'm 10 minutes from the airport, and come hang out. I said, I live in a resort. Come, come hang out. And his wife is an avid bird watcher. And there's the Ding Darling National Park, which is right down the road from me, which is I think it's a bird sanctuary or something like that. But Lee might come and visit. That would be boy, what a treat that would be to have Lee come and visit for a long weekend. But you know, the other thing on my mind is I got my bike. I got my bike back yesterday, and I took my bike down to a store, and they're going to do a deep clean. They're going to do a deep clean of my bike, which basically means take it apart and put it back together after cleaning all the parts and everything. And it's going to be nice. I got to tell you, it's going to be nice to be back on my bike. It's going to be nice to be standing here in my bike outfit, saying Yoda Kivano Kujvaj, after or right before taking a nice bike ride. So, but for now it's the treadmill, and you know, that's one of the nice things about being back on the home is the normalcy or the routines. And I find myself going down to the treadmill in the morning, and I take my tablet, and I kill two birds with one stone. You know, I'm exercising, and I'm learning. I'm learning, and whatever computer programming or how to set up a green room or what have you. So anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to get on with my day and let everybody out there do the same. Okay, so everyone have a great day. All right, take good care.